Bienvenidos. How are you guys? ¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo han estado? ¿Qué hacen? ¿Cómo están? That's a lot of questions, right? Well, it's because hoy vamos a aprender sobre las preguntas. We're going to learn about questions. And we're going to stick to the who, what, when, where, why, and then in Spanish there's a how. There's probably going to be more that I forget that I'm covering, but think of the who, what, when, where, how, and that will help you. So, if you have questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll answer them as best I can. But let's begin. Let's start off with who. ¿Quién? ¿Quién es? ¿Quién mató al doctor en la biblioteca con una vela? Who killed the doctor in the library with a candlestick? ¿Quién? ¿Quién fue? Who was it? ¿Quién es? Who is it? When you knock on, not when you knock on the door, right? You're not going to say ¿quién es? Because you're the person who's the ¿quién, right? But if someone's knocking on your door, you say ¿quién es? Who is it? Okay? But let's say you come home and there's a bunch of people in your house. ¿Quiénes son estas personas en mi casa? Who are these people in my house? So that's how you use quién and quiénes. If it wasn't clear, quién is for a singular person, quiénes are for plural. There's no difference between genders, so you don't have to worry about quién for a male or female. They're both for both genders. Now, ¿qué should be very familiar to you guys? We have ¿qué onda? ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué hubo? You guys didn't learn ¿qué hubo? But ¿qué hubo is another way to say what's up. But you can say many different ways of saying what's up. So, what do you think the word for what is in Spanish? ¿Qué? Right? If you're really frustrated at someone and you really want to just be like, what? You can say, ¿qué? Right? You have like a little kid and I always say little kids, I don't know why, but I find they can be very annoying when they want to be. They're very good at that, but they can be like bothering you really bad and you were like, what do you want? ¿Qué quieres? Okay? Just know that when you say it like that, it is very rude sounding. So if you want to be nice, you say, ¿qué quieres, mijo? What do you want, honey? But yeah, you can say, ¿qué es eso? What is that? Or, ¿qué es esto? What is this? Right? You can also say, ¿qué estás haciendo? What are you doing? Or, ¿qué haces? What are you doing? Right? There's also ¿qué hora es? What time is it? Alright? We learned a lot of different qués in greetings. But if you have any other questions that you want to learn how to say what with, leave them in the comments below. We have cuando. Cuando means when. So if something happens and you're like, when? You can say cuando. Okay? So just practice these. But we have cuando llegas, like if your sweetheart's at work and you want them to come home, but you don't really want to ask them to come home. You want to ask, when are you coming home? Or when will you be home? Cuando llegas? When will you be here? Or when will you be arriving and when will you arrive? Okay? You can also say, ¿cuándo ocurrió? When did that happen? Right? But you can also say things like, ¿hasta cuándo te puedes quedar? Until when can you stay? Okay? So that's how you use cuando. Now we have donde. Donde is a really cool word because you have, or here, let's say donde. Donde means where. I like it because you can use it for a lot of things, like where are you from? ¿De dónde eres? Right? You can also say, ¿de dónde vienes? Where are you coming from? You can also say, ¿dónde está? el aeropuerto? Where is the airport? You can also say things like, ¿Dónde hay un hotel? Where is there a hotel? Okay? ¿Por qué? Word of the day. Or question of the day? Question of life? One of those questions, right? ¿Por qué? Why? ¿Por qué hiciste eso? Why did you do that? ¿Por qué estás llorando? Why are you crying? ¿Por qué no? Why not? ¿Por qué means why. Now, you might have learned that por qué can also mean because, and you do. You would say por qué with an accent and then por qué without an accent. The por qué without an accent means because, but the por qué with an accent means why. Okay? ¿Cómo? ¿Cómo? How? Now, if you use como without the accent, that means I eat. So, yo como, I eat. And como, I eat. Okay? But with the accent, it means how. So, you can say things like words we've already, or phrases we've already learned, like, ¿Cómo te llamas? Directly translates to how do you call yourself, but we use it as what is your name. Okay, so ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo estás? How are you? ¿Cómo hiciste para llegar tan rápido? How did you do it to get here so fast? ¿Cómo? How? We have cuál and cuáles. Both are which. It just depends if it's cuál singular or cuál plural. So you can say, ¿Cuál prefieres? ¿Café o té? Which do you prefer? Coffee or tea? Or you can say, ¿Cuáles son tus actividades favoritas? What are your favorite activities? Okay? Because you're not going to just say, Me gusta jugar baloncesto. You're going to say something like, Me gusta jugar baloncesto, fútbol, voleibol. You're not just going to say, I like to play basketball. You're going to say, I like to play basketball, soccer, volleyball. Okay? So, ¿cuáles? When it's for plural items. ¿Cuál? When it's singular. ¿Cuánto? This is the one we all need to know. Save the best for last, right? So you have cuánto, cuántos, and cuántas. Cuánto for singular items. Cuántos for plural, masculine, or mixed gendered items. And then cuántas when it's for plural, feminine items. Okay? So we have ¿Cuánto cuesta? How much does it cost? You also have ¿Cuántos años tienes? Because we know años is a masculine noun, el año. And so when you make it plural, you get ¿Cuántos años? Okay? ¿Cuántos años tienes? How old are you? We also have ¿Cuántas familias hay? Familia is a feminine, la familia, it's a feminine noun. So when you make it plural, you get las familias, which go into ¿Cuántas familias? How many families are there? Y con eso, gracias por acompañarme en este viaje de aprendizaje. Chao.